Hi, this is Rob Curto here at Liberty Bellows in Philadelphia. For our last video lesson, we learned to play a Brazilian groove or rhythmic pattern called a Baião. We did this by applying parts played by Brazilian percussion to the right and left hand of the accordion. Today let's learn a very famous Baião from Brazil called Asa Branca. This song was written by the great composer and accordionist Luiz Gonzaga. This song is based on a G dominant seventh or G mixolydian scale. This is like a G major scale except that it has a flat seventh. So instead of having an F sharp, we'll have an F natural as the seventh step of the scale. The introduction of Asa Branca has a descending pattern in thirds, starting on the flat seventh or F natural. It starts on beat 2 of the Baião, which is always in 2/4 time. I'll use my fourth and second fingers on each descending third, which when I get to the end is going to create a hand position to play the last part of the intro. First, the descending pattern. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You'll notice that the descending pattern happens twice. 1, 2. When I get to the final note, I switch to my thumb, which allows my fourth finger to get back to the F natural. Here's the whole thing again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Switching to the thumb. Then we finish with Here's the whole thing with the left hand groove so you can hear how it fits. So if we examine what the left hand is doing for the introduction, we see that we're basically using the Baião pattern and that we have the following chord progression. 1, 2, G7, C, G7, D7, G7, C, G7, D7, G. Notice that at the end, we're playing the following pattern. We're using the counter bass of the C, which is an E, instead of the alternating bass of the G, which creates a little melody that copies our right hand. Then we finish with C, B, E, G, G. Also, on the D7, instead of using the alternating bass, we're using the counter bass, which is an F sharp, leading us back to the root of the G7. F sharp is a half step below the G. So the whole pattern one more time. Now let's learn the main melody of Asa Branca. Asa Branca has three sections: an A theme, a B, and then a repeat of the B. And we're mostly playing quarter notes along with the bass pattern. This creates a certain type of syncopation associated with the Baião groove. This entire melody can be played using one hand position. G, A, B, C, D. We have our fingers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over the first 5 steps of our G dominant scale. It starts with 2 eighth notes on beat 2, and then we play quarter notes. The first phrase, the A phrase, is 1, 2, 1, 2, So again, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. You'll notice that everything in this song starts on beat 2. We have 2 eighth notes starting each section of this melody. Now, the B part is 1, 2, 1. One. So that B melody happens twice. Now let's examine the left-hand pattern for the ABB melodic section of the tune. We continue with the Baião pattern, but we have the following progression. 1, 2, 1, 2. G7, C, C, G7, D7, G7, 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 C, C, D7, G7, G7, C, D7. As soon as we hit that last G chord, we're right at the introduction of the song again. Also, notice 2 details. For the G7, again, I'm using a 4, 2, 3, 2 fingering. And on the D7, every time I get to, I'm returning back to the G, I use the F sharp in the counter bass. So the D7, for example, when we only have one measure, is going to go. If we had 2 measures, the first measure I use the alternating bass, and then the second measure I use the counter bass to lead me to the G7. Congratulations on learning to play Asa Branca with a Baião accompaniment. In our next video, we'll learn to add more complexity to our arrangement, thus unlocking the full potential of the accordion as a grooving instrument.